I've already been talking. What am I going to do? But yeah, and we are still the one and only church on this planet that starts with the Doobie Brothers playing Jesus is Just All Right.
Jesus is just all right.
Yeah. You want to, we're going to, lots of people come and go from the church. Mm-hmm. There are literally thousands, and I know this for a fact, thousands of people in the Tri-Cities that call this their home.
But never attend.
And we've seen them like once or twice, or we've seen them 10 years ago, and then they'll appear. It's wonderful. It's just wonderful. So it's great. But the reason I said that is Robert and Desiree Henderson.
Hi, Robert and Desiree.
They were here briefly.
Yeah, well, I think when we first moved.
Like 17, 18, 19 years ago. Well, probably 20 years ago now.
Yeah.
And they've kept in touch, send Janice birthday cards, hear from them every once in a while. Yeah. Haven't seen them, but so that's fine.
Even if we don't acknowledge you and you're tuning in, hey, we love you. We can tell you're there.
Yep. Want to say something about that?
Yes.
Go ahead, say something.
So there was an article in the newspaper some time ago about a labyrinth, and how feeling lost, labyrinths can help you return to center. We have a labyrinth in the back of our building back here. It was recently.
It's the only permanent labyrinth in the Tri-Cities that I know of.
Yeah.
Josie used to have one, but
she doesn't anymore. So it's recently been vandalized. So some of the rocks have been moved around.
Not a whole lot.
So
they killed our gnome.
Yeah. It was a meditating gnome, and he is no more.
No more?
Yeah. So anyway, if you get a chance and you want to run out there and move a rock around, kind of organize things again,
that's great. It's not that bad, really. But with just a few people literally 5 minutes. It'll be
but anyway, next weekend.
And we called the police just because that's the right thing to do when you do things like that.
And we're planning on getting. You want to interrupt me?
No,
again?
I don't.
Okay. And we're planning on getting a
camera
camera out there.
Hey, I was gone one Sunday. I got to catch up.
Oh, Lord.
Next to every great man, there's a woman rolling her eyes.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I think it goes in reverse, too. I have no idea. Oh, next Saturday, we're going to do an angel walk again. And if the weather's really crappy, we'll do it inside. But if it's not, we're going to be out in the labyrinth again. You may remember the angel walk where you walk through and there'll be people stationed along the pathway and they'll give you a message from Spirit, from Divine Source. So that's from 10 to noon. And then afterwards, we will have angel food cake.
Yay.
Yay. So walk the labyrinth, have cake.
And for those that are gluten-free, I think Jan's going to make a cake too.
Yep, I'm going to do my world famous chocolate zucchini cake.
People come from all around to have her
just
cake.
For that cake. Yep. Little slice of heaven.
I know. Yeah, well, or a big slice.
Depend on your greed.
Heart-to-heart discussion after church today. And Followers of the Way on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. What is Followers of the Way?
That's Jesus without religion.
No.
Yes.
What does that mean?
It means no. I
felt that one coming.
We just read what we're looking at his parables right now, and we're just looking at what he said, and we're talking about what we think he means. I don't care what some scholar thinks it means. What do you think it means? What does it mean to you? That's what we're.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Since I have no idea where Daryl
did
last week, I'm just going to jump right in. Daryl, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Did you remember your video? Cue up your video.
What video? No, I don't even know how to get that.
Oh.
What she's talking about was that I met a bud at the VW show up in Moxie last Sunday. And there was an extremely rare, I mean like one of two, and it was only, long story short, that it was accidentally found. It was an unbelievable story and the guy had it there. And so I told my bud about it. He goes, what are you talking about? And I go, so I came over and showed him, and he was like, whoa, and we're just sitting there looking at it and kind of marveling at it. And I saw a drone, and I just kind of, oh, hi, I waved. Well, later on that day, here we are on Facebook, and there's this video, and I went, oh, look at that, that's the way. Oh my God, that's us. So
And Phil was in his tie-dye VW shirt.
I was.
The VW was made into a peace sign.
Yeah,
It was cute.
it was awesome. Awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to jump in here because I have no idea where Daryl was. So, resolve to be thyself and know that he who finds himself loses his misery.
Ooh.
So, you can never plan the future by the past.
Ain't that the truth? Thank God.
Sometimes there's truth. Okay. That was an old person sound. Sorry. The course of true.
You were olding.
I know, I was olding. The course of true anything never does run smooth.
True.
There's only one corner of the universe that you can be certain of improving, and that's your own self.
Yep.
Birds of a feather will gather together. That was Robert Burton. I didn't know who did that.
Now we know.
Was that Eric Burton's brother?
Oh, no.
Probably not. Probably not. The world is full of beauty. For those of you who don't know Eric Burton, you're not old. The world is full of beauty when the heart is full of love.
That's true. Very
I
true.
like that, and it is true. It is true.
You're avalanching, Phil.
Not quite, but I didn't want to cover this up because then I'll never find anything. Tootsie Rolls were introduced in 1896 by Leo Hirschfield. He named them after his daughter. Her nickname was Tootsie.
Tootsie. Isn't that what Mom and Dad used to call me? Was Tootsie?
Really?
Yeah, Tootsie. I don't know why.
Oh,
Because you were so cute.
I don't know. I was cute.
Still
but-
is.
I don't know.
Still is.
Tootsie. I was always underfoot. Oh.
You know, there could be some truth to that. So, nothing removes dry skins from heels and elbows better than a hunk of fruitcake. Gentle to the skin, but effective on those calluses.
Lord. Poor fruitcake.
Hey, it's getting a revival on all the stuff I'm doing. I've heard that it's getting popular again.
I don't know. It depends on how much rum you put in it.
Or drink before or after. Yeah, yeah.
Some for the cake, some
Yeah,
for me.
yeah.
I don't drink rum. I don't know what I'm talking about.
This is about, we finished the ARG, we finished the Pirates. I know, sad day in history. So we're starting on fairies and stuff. So this is very funny.
Very, very funny.
Who helped Fisherella get to the ball?
Oh, Daryl did that one.
Did he?
Yes, but I don't remember what it was.
Her fairy godmother.
Yeah.
Okay. So did he do the other page?
I don't have no
What was
idea.
the fattest knight at King Arthur's round table? Circumference? Of course, if I hadn't heard groans, I'd have been disappointed. What do you call a princess who falls down on the ice? Sleeping Beauty. On which side of the house did Jack grow the beanstalk? The outside. Woohoo!
Roy gets a star for today.
Why is Tinkerbell always flying around? Because she lives in Neverland.
Oh.
Put
I
the
didn't
ac-
get that till you.
I know you put it.
Enunciated
You put the accent on the
correctly.
wrong syllable, and it works every time. So,
Yeah. Your move.
Oh my gosh! See, I got them buried. I got George and John buried. So
Well,
bury 'em.
well, rightfully so.
All right, two patron saints: George Carlin and John Lennon.
Yay, George and John.
And John said, "Life is what happens when you're making other plans."
Yep.
I think a few other people said that one too. It's a good idea.
Yep.
And George, I put $1 in a change machine. Nothing happened. There you
What were
go.
you expecting?
I
Those
know.
expectations, you know.
I know.
I'll tell you. Yeah.
Did I do this one? My husband and I divorced over religious differences. He thought he was God. I didn't. I don't suffer from insanity. I enjoy every minute of it.
That's a feel.
Some people are alive only because it's illegal to kill them. I used to have a handle on life, but it broke. Don't take life too seriously. No one gets out alive. It's very, very true.
True.
Very true.
True, true, true. True, true.
All right. Yeah, well, this one was interesting. This is one of those things that, I tell people every once in a while, you go to this church, you learn something every single Sunday. It's probably nothing you remember or means anything, but you learn something. Why do men's clothes have buttons on the right while women's have them on the left? Ooh,
Wasn't this because women were dressed by their maids?
You're smart, Alec. She's absolutely correct. She's absolutely
Go ahead and read what
correct.
they say.
When buttons were invented, they were very expensive and worn primarily by the rich. Since most people are right-handed, it was easier to push buttons on the right through the holes on the left. Because wealthy women were dressed by maids, dressmakers put the buttons on the maid's right, and that's where they've remained.
And usually they were on the back. Women had their buttons on the back.
Yep.
So they couldn't reach them anyway, so
Yep.
may as well make it convenient for whoever's doing it.
Yep. True, and just nobody changed it. Don't
Right.
know. Yeah, okay. An elderly man in North Carolina had owned a large farm for several years. He had a large pond in the back, fixed up really nice along with some picnic tables, horseshoe courts, and some apple and peach trees. The pond was properly shaped and fixed up for swimming when it was built. One evening, the old farmer decided to go down by the pond, and he hadn't been there for a while to look it over. He grabbed a 5-gallon bucket to bring some fruit back. When he got near the pond, he heard shouting voices and laughing with glee. When he got closer, he realized it was a bunch of young women skinny dipping in his pond. He made the women aware of his presence, and they all went to the deep end to shield themselves. One of the women shouted to him, "We're not coming out until you leave." The old man frowned and replied, "I didn't come here to watch you ladies swim naked or make it out of the pond naked." Holding the bucket, he said, "I'm here to feed the alligator." There you go.
On that note.
What else can I say?
Good
On that
Lord.
note, bye.
That's your best one yet, Bill.
Oh, my word. Oh, my word. Let me fix that shit. I have to follow that. Oh, well. Let's begin with a prayer. This one may be irrelevant to us at this point. It's prayer for joy. Return me to joy, O my beloved one. My heart has been burdened by unrelenting sorrow. Release me from this sorrow and grant me clear passage into joy. I've forgotten how to laugh. I've forgotten how to sing. I've forgotten how to dance. Bring not only a remembrance of laughter, but bring new, brighter laughter. Bring a new song to my soul. Bring a new dance into my heart. Bring it now. May it be so. In the name of Jesus, the Ascended One. Amen. And our gratitude is, I'm grateful for this clear passageway into joy. So I have to share with you today, excuse me, folks online, it's a handout we got. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this for the YouTube because YouTube doesn't let me.
If you go to the website
Yeah.
and do past services, I'll add it to the website. You will have the YouTube
Oh, okay.
video and all
Oh,
of
Beth.
the crystals are on the website.
Beth is going to do amazing stuff. She will post this on the website. So when the YouTube video is posted, we'll link it to the web. She'll link it to the website and then have this graphic with it. So it'll go with that. So what happened was years ago, I think this is way back in the first part of 2000, I think 2009, something like that. I had this visionary experience where, actually it was a series of visionary experiences where I saw crystalline forms within our energy field. Excuse me. And so as I saw them, I was like, well, what the heck is that? And what does it do? And why is it here? And 13 systems manifested themselves. So I'd focus on one and get the information about it and write it up and that sort of thing. And then the next system would show up and I'd write about that. So this one has to do with our spine. And for each of the bones in the spine, there's a corresponding crystal. Now you may have a sense of this, or you may envision this however you like. It's almost as if there's an energetic loop, like here's your spine, and there's this energetic loop, and they just kind of sit in there. And if we're going to change them out, we sweep them out of the energetic loop, give them to God, get fresh ones, and put the second one in when we do it in the spine. But we can't do that to ourselves because we're sitting here and our spine is way back here. I can't reach any of that stuff. So there's a better way to do that if you're going to do it for yourself. And this is hilarious. You're going to love this. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab the back of your neck and the base of your spine and kind of shake them just a little bit. And then you can just pull that whole string out and set it in front of you. You almost hear this tinkle, 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 tinkle as it comes out. You have a sense of that, or you can feel that. And then you can lay it down, lay it across you. Just remember which is the head and which is the tail. Which is the head and which is the back. And each of those crystalline structures holds energy. And when you and I experience trauma or stress or distress, the energy goes into these crystals rather than being stuck in our body. You probably have experienced things where someone out of the blue you weren't expecting it, and then somebody throws a temper tantrum about something. Maybe it happened at work or whatever. Rather than your body taking the hit, the energy can be absorbed by these crystals, and then we can change that energy out. It's kind of like a circuit breaker in your house. You know, if you get a power surge, it'll blow, right? But that saves the rest of the house saves all the circuits on the house from being distressed. The circuit just blows. So then you can, back in the old days, you could replace a little whatever. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, I'm glad somebody does. So each of these crystals in the spine relate to a circuit that energizes a specific aspect of our being. And if you look at the crystals in the very top, the cervical crystals, the neck crystals, the very top one is for the brain. And this helps us process and balances the data received. This one is really getting struggled with right now, because you get this person saying this information politically, and this person saying this information politically. Which one's right? Oh, maybe they're both wrong. I don't know. But anyway, you're getting all this conflicting data. Or somebody says, oh, I love you, but then they treat you like crap. That's conflicting data. Well, that hits right in this Atlas crystalline structure. So when we're trying to process information, we can get overloaded. You feel overloaded with what's going on in the world right now? It's hitting here. That means your Atlas is overloaded. And we can clear that out, and so that any new information is processed more easily. Then we can discern the truth of it more easily. And how you do that, so you got your crystals all laid out here, you just take this top one, pull it out, give it to God, give it to Spirit. Ask for a fresh, bright new one, bring that in, slip it in, and then tap it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sense? Easy peasy. And you can do that with anything up and down the spine. The top 4 here have to do with our perception, how we receive information in this world. The next few, C5, 6, and 7, they have to do with our truth, how we express our truth. Have you ever tried to tell someone how you feel, or tell someone your truth about something and they just talk over you? Or you try to tell someone your truth and their truth is so conflicting to that they can't hear it at all? That means that you're going to take hits in this area. This can get really clogged and cluttered with other people's stuff. Because sometimes my truth is not the same as your truth. Now, the truth with a capital T is unchangeable. God is love. That is an unchangeable truth. I don't care if some religious group says God is full of hate and vengeance and is going to get you. That's not truth. Truth. T. Time out. It's truth. God is love. And when we can take that truth and know the truth of that, That balances everything out, right? But I can have a truth of what that looks like for me, and you can have a truth of what that looks like for you, and that's okay. That's okay. My truth doesn't have to be your truth. That's why we're different. That's why we're all experiencing life in this time and place, is because we are different aspects of truth, different aspects of understanding of that truth. But if we feel cluttered or clogged, this is an area that is really important to get clear. Your C7, the thyroid, that's the fire in the soul, the passion for living. Phil played the song St. Elmo's Fire this morning. I love that song. If we don't have fire in the soul, what the heck are we doing? You know, sometimes life just can squelch that. And then life is just drudgery. And nobody needs that. We need that fire in the soul, don't we? So let's make sure that one's good and clear. And you can feel when that one goes out, can't you? Because it gets this really tight spot back there. So make sure that one's clear and replaced with spiritual stuff. Any questions on that so far? Easy peasy stuff. The next batch is the mid-back. And this is about boundaries and personal power. Boundaries. Oh, boundaries. A boundary, a safe, clear boundary, is not me saying you're not going to hurt me anymore. It's me saying I'm going to leave if that pain happens. Right, Karis?
Absolutely.
Because we can't change somebody else. But we can change who we are. We can change our behavior to keep ourselves safe. This is all about knowing that truth of who we are, knowing what's right for us, and being able to stay in a place of safety. Just quickly, briefly want to address some of these. The esophagus T1, receive compliments, encouragement, and rewards. I have a hard time with that one. Can't do it. I gotta change that one out a lot. That one gets changed a lot. Heart, know your truth, live with compassion. Sometimes our heart gets shut down. Lungs, the breath of life, and speaking our truth. Speaking our truth. Even if our truth isn't heard, sometimes we just have to say it. Maybe that other person can't hear it, or maybe they're going to dismiss it. But sometimes it's just important just to speak it. Speak it. The gallbladder, life force, pouring ourselves into a project. There's that St. Elmo's fire again. Sometimes we pour ourselves into things that don't feed our soul. Duty, obligation, other people's expectations. We pour ourselves into that stuff, and is there any reward for us? Nope. Anybody say thank you? Nope. So when we clear this one, it's asking us to now pour ourselves into projects that feed our soul. Does painting feed your soul? Paint. Does working in the garden feed your soul? Garden. Does playing with your kitten feed your soul? Play with your kitten. What feeds your soul? What feeds your soul? If we're not feeding our soul, guess what? Our gallbladder is going to have a problem. Everything is related to a physical aspect. So it's really important to get clear, stay clear, be clear, and be proactive with that. Liver, self-defense, getting clear and maintaining boundaries. Stomach is nourishing ourselves and living with integrity and finding our bliss. What are we nourishing ourselves with? This is more than just food. Have you ever heard yourself say, I just can't stomach this anymore? When you hear yourself say that, check your spinal crystal, because it could be circuit blown. The pancreas. Oh, I love this one. Enjoy the sweetness of life and utilize our gifts and talents. Enjoy the sweetness of life. Take a moment. Just enjoy. The spleen. Do you know in past times the spleen used to be the seat of anger for cultures before ours? The energy of spleen here is guarding ourselves against abuse and clearing past hurts. You know, with all these planets retrograde, Mercury went direct. Thank you, Lord. What was the other one that went direct? Can't remember. I just looked it up. But anyway, we still have 5 that are retrograde. I had a couple of days this last week. Was it last week or the week before? I can't remember. It was the week before. Oh man, I tell you, everything that I did that I thought was bad. Okay, I'm a pretty conservative person, and for me, bad was hurting somebody's feelings. I didn't rob a bank or anything, really bad. But to me, it was bad. But everything, even from a childhood, everything bad I had ever done was running in my head. It was like, glory, glory, what the heck is this? And it was almost torment. It was almost torment. Because I'd clear one thing and the next thing would come up. I'd clear that and the next thing would come up. This is spleen energy. Spleen energy. So we can clear that circuit, clear that crystalline structure, and that really helps. And that helped me with this process. So I did tapping. I had to do a lot of tapping, even though I was stupid as a child. I love and accept myself just the way I am. And did the tapping process, EFT. You're all familiar with EFT, I think. So I'll be happy when all those planets go direct. But I'm working through a lot of stuff because it gave me a chance to tell myself I wouldn't do that now. Because I know better now. I didn't know any better then. I was driven by fear. I was driven by, how can I say it? Low self-esteem. I was driven by people-pleasing and driven by trauma. And the things we do when those are our life force mechanisms are very different than when we're coming from our heart of love. So we can forgive those things that happen to us or that we do because we're reacting. And we can do that with compassion. And when we do that compassion for ourselves, and then that compassion is available for other people who do stupid. Right? The adrenal glands, acquiring and maintaining personal power, action and focus. Power. Now, power is different than force. Personal power is just that ability to just be, and nobody's going to mess with you because your energy is strong, your personal place of integrity is strong, and you will draw to you people just like that. When we're weak, or we don't feel strong, or we are, microphone, come on. When we feel less than, that sets us up for interacting with people that have a really strong less than. And often people who have a really strong less than are going to try to take our energy. And the fastest way someone can take our energy, you know this is they will look you in the eyes and they will say something hurtful, either about you or to you about something else. And because we are sensitive and because we are compassionate, they will download through our eyes that negative energy, and they will suck out our positive energy. They feel better, go on about their way, and we feel like crap. Ever notice that happen? When you're around somebody who's going to be an energy stealer like that, energy vampire, or an energy zombie. Zombies, they eat your brains. So these are energy zombies. You can't think, you can't move, can't do anything. Don't look at their chin. Don't let them look in your eye. Look at their eyebrows. Looks like you're looking at them, but you're looking at their eyebrows. I'm sorry. Come on, microphone. There we go. Nope. Yes. No. Hello. Okay, we're back. I got it. Yep, it's good. So don't let them steal your energy. That will allow you to have your personal power. And then once we have our personal power, then we can take action. We can make choices, take action, move forward. Gives us that focus. Same almost fire. Burn it. Go for it. And then there's 2 that work with the kidneys. This is willpower, another power thing. It's about renewal and living true to yourself. We can't live true to ourselves if we don't know who we are. If I'm busy trying to make you happy, I don't know who I am. So people pleasing is detrimental to the truth of who I am. Now, if who I am makes you happy, that's great. That's gravy. If who I am makes you unhappy, sorry. You know, I'm not going to intentionally hurt you. That's not my come from. But if you're offended because I'm speaking my truth, if I'm speaking my truth gently with grace, no offense. There's no offense there. It's not like, I'm going to tell you my truth and you just have to like it or not. No, this is about speaking my truth gently. And some people just don't want to be around that. They'll just go away. Just let them go away. Just let it go. Small intestines, playfulness and digesting information. Playfulness. Oh, we forget to play. If you need play lessons, I'll set you up a time with Phil. He can show you how to do that. He is good at that. Any of these ringing true for things we need to look at, work on? Large intestines and the bladder work together. This is releasing unnecessary feelings, old patterns, and old patterns of behavior which no longer serve. You know, sometimes past life stuff creeps up in this. You know, it's a pattern that we lived through, and in this lifetime we're different. We have different awareness, we have different purpose, we even have different ways of doing things. And so sometimes if we have intestinal distress, it could be past life stuff. But clearing this crystal will help clear it. Make sense? The sciatic nerve. Oh, Lord Almighty. Never knew what that was like until I fell and broke my wrist. See, a pretty little scar. 2 surgeries later. I didn't do a lot of moving. I sat a lot because it hurt. I couldn't do anything. The huge. I had a splint for a week before I could even see the doctor. So then I had surgery. Anyway, so I did more sitting than I normally do. And my sciatica went nuts. Oh my Lord, that was not fun. It's living in the now and following a sacred path. My sacred path is not to sit. Sitting around doing nothing is not my sacred path. I get to have rest, that's not the issue. But not following my sacred path, restricting myself, that was really hard on me. And my sciatica went nuts. Went nuts. The sexual organs have to do with creativity, harmony, and joining for the greater good. And this can be intimate. This can also be companionship, friendships that affect this crystalline structure. So make sure that one's good and clear. Then the tailbone area. That's about safety and existence. You have a right to be here. Are you breathing? You have a right to be here. You came here for a purpose. You have a right to be here. No one has a right to diminish that. You do not have a right to diminish that. There are people who, some of you know my story that I had issue with suicide ideation for some time. And this was out of whack. Because I have a right to be here. I have a right to be me. I have a right to be heard. I have a right to be empowered. And when those were out of balance for me, it was just nothing but fear. And I didn't want to be here anymore. So these 3 crystals, these bottom 3 crystals are really important to get clear. It's finding our place in the universe. Each one of us is a sacred being that came here to do only you can do stuff. I can't do what you came here to do. You can't do what I came here to do. You are unique. I am unique. And to think that I have no value and the world would be a better place without me is a lie. It's a lie. If you have that in your imagination, it's a lie. The truth is, you have purpose. You have meaning. You are a piece of the cosmic jigsaw puzzle. And the world is not a better place without you. So suck it up, show up, and let's find what you came here to do, right? This gives us security. This gives us stability. Our world is changing. The world is just feels like nuts sometimes. But our purposefulness, our right to be here, is unchanging. You have value. I have value. And maybe others don't see it. It doesn't matter. The only one that needs to see it is you and Divine Source. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. So when you've finished clearing, go through it, and you when you got them laying out like this is really fun because you can put your hands over that. Yep, there's one. You don't even have to know what it is. Let go. Ask for a fresh, bright one. Put it back in. Sometimes they get really crusty underneath there. Oop, there's one. Take that one out. And so you have to sweep it out. Sweep out the crust and crud. Ask for a fresh, bright one. Put it in. And keep going. Those look really good. There's one. Right there. Ask for a fresh, bright one. And then you can tap each one individually, or you can just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get them all going. Then you can pick up your spinal crystals and you just drop them back in. Anchor them in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're hooked back in. How does that feel? Now, I think it's interesting that the spinal column is curved. If we want to stand up straight, that has to be curved. If we're slouching, it's straight. So standing up straight allows it to have the shape that's necessary for it. It's imperative for us to have the structure to give us that spine. You know, when we talk about getting a spine, it gives us courage, helps us be brave, helps us be strong. Psalms 28, verse 6. Verse 7, the Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusts in him and I am helped. We can trust that we're not alone in this path. We have spiritual help. And that spiritual help will help us be strong. Here's something Jesus said. John 16:33. These things I've spoken to you. This is just before he passed away or was killed. So everything he said up to this point, all of that stuff, these things I've said to you, I've spoken to you, that in me you may have peace. In the world you have tribulation, but take courage. I will overcome the world. Feel the tribulation in the world? Man, there's a lot of tribulation out there. We don't have to feel that. We can feel peace. We can feel peace. And with that, we can have courage. And the courage gives us the spine to do what we came here to do, the spine to lock into that fiery intent that we've got and go for it. Do what we need to do. Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. You can do it. You've got this. You've got the spine to do it. Let's do a guided meditation, shall we? Mr. Phil, if you drop the lights, please, sir. Everybody take a breath. Just be. Be here in this moment. I'm going to drink water. Bring your intent into your heart space. Notice your heart. Notice your heart. Not the physical heart. You can notice that too if you want to. But notice the heart space, the center of your intent. What gets you fired up? Ignite that flame. You've got the power to do it. You've got the courage to do it. Whatever that is. You're strong enough. You're brave enough. And you have the support, the spiritual support from your spinal crystals and spiritual support from divine source itself. Now, from that intent, that fired up intent in your heart, bring your attention to your mind. Your mind can look for excuses, or your mind can look for solutions. Your choice. Choose. And now from your mind, reach up to divine source. The experience of love. Divine love, where there is no faltering. Well, I love you only if you do it this way. No, it's love. Nothing but love all the time. And feel that love flowing into your mind, into your heart, and into your spine. And all those crystals within the spine. And from the spine, this energy flows to every organ, every tissue, every fiber, every cell of your being. Love. Acceptance. Destiny. You feel the truth of it. You may not know what that's supposed to look like. It doesn't matter. You don't have to know. Just know by breathing and taking the next step forward, you are fulfilling your destiny. And now let's take a little walk in our imagination. Find your way to a hilltop. And as you're standing at the top of this hilltop, maybe it's a meadow, maybe it's a cultivated field. But you can see from this hilltop, you can see a valley below. Notice there's a river running through it. Notice there are trees near the river. Maybe there's a town or a city nearby. And as you're looking out over this vista, you feel safe, peaceful, and strong. And notice now there is a cloud floating towards you. Looks like a regular cloud, but kind of different. Maybe it has a different color to it. Maybe it's pinkish, or bluish, or greenish. Allow this beautiful colored cloud to approach. And it comes right close to you. And as it comes close to you, you reach into that cloud and you pull out some symbolic object. Perhaps for you it's a word or a thought or a feeling rather than a symbolic object. Or receive whatever you're experiencing. If you do receive a symbolic object, just notice what it is. This is what will help you in your next step, in your journey, the next step of your destiny. So receive that gift with deep gratitude. And as you receive that, you feel your heart lifting, your mind lifting, and you feel empowered and strengthened and blessed. And allow that beautiful colored cloud to drift away, noticing again the beautiful valley, the river, the trees, the city, and know that all is well. All is well in your world. And you will know the next right step. You are safe and you are loved. And allow yourself to find your way back into this time and space from that hilltop. Back into your body, fully aware rejuvenated, reignited with life. Might want to take a breath in, exhale, wiggle fingers, wiggle toes. Mr. Phil, if you'll join me for, you want to turn the central light on, dear? That would be helpful. We'll do communion. If you haven't received your communion stuff, it's in the back. There you go. Got you started. Oh, great. I gave you the easy one. Really, I did. Oh, there it is. Life isn't easy, is it? Sometimes it's frustrating.
Wah.
Wah. More to come on the wah. Maybe next time. Join me in prayer, would you please? Loving Spirit of light, as we take this into our bodies, help us to be mindful of our bodies as a vehicle for our spirit. Help us to bless our bodies, do what is right, and help us to reignite the passion and the power of living. Thank you. In the name of Jesus, the Ascended One. Amen.
We had a really short wah skit we were going to do this morning and didn't. We'll do it.
We
another
didn't. We didn't have enough wah in us,
day.
or too much wah. I
Yeah, too
guess.
wah much, yeah.
To be continued. Join us in prayer again, please. Loving Spirit of light, as we drink this in, help us to drink in life, all of it, and help us to drink it in with vitality and joy and courage. These things we pray in the name of Jesus, the Ascended One. Amen.
Good stuff. Yeah,
Go
probably
for it,
not
Phil.
something I would do normally in a church.
Yes, you would. Yes, he would. He would. We're not buying it, Phil.
Yeah?
Yeah. Lord, give it a break. Paula? No. Thank you.
It's just so disappointing. The first no shorts of the year.
Oh, where?
I know.
I know. Volunteers? Nope. Oh.
Hey, we got one.
Somebody fell for it. You got it.
Take this moment to give back for all that we received in this work. It's just a gesture, but it does work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It does indeed. Indeed.
Indeed. That's been a thing of us lately, is indeed.
Indeed.
So what'd you get in your guided meditation? Anybody have any questions or comments about that? Oh, we got them.
Nope, we'll work our way back, I guess. If I gotten past you, I wouldn't have come.
Good thing I was
Yeah.
a marble.
You what?
A marble.
A marble. How big? Just a big marble?
Like a Lego room marble that has a little like tiny in red.
In red. Okay. So what I'm getting on that for you, the game of marbles, you take one and you shoot the rest of them, they scatter. You have power to influence your world. Take a shot. Woohoo! I love it. Who knew a marble could mean that much, right? Pass back. See, we need a zoom lens on this camera, I think.
I don't know what they call it, but thing that you stand on and jump as a
Pogo
child?
stick, pogo stick.
A pogo stick. Oh Lord, let's see what a pogo stick might mean. Tigger, yeah. Well, so the intention of the pogo stick is not to go anywhere, but it's to be where you are and be in motion. Oh, Phil's gonna work on that. This is more than making a stand. He's working on it. It just messes up. This is being in the here and the now, fully, completely, no matter what. Make sense?
That's cool.
Yeah.
I even said, are you making a mistake? Don't you mean a walking stick?
They said no, you get the pogo stick.
No.
Yeah. So this is more than making a stand. This is being here and being in the moment and enjoying every bit of it.
I got a great big trophy,
Trophy.
you know, like one of those big cups.
Yeah. Woohoo. So this is acknowledging your success. This is acknowledging all that you do. We don't say thank you nearly enough to Beth for all that she does. So Spirit is acknowledging that for you as well.
I got a clam that was partially open with a pearl inside it,
Oh, okay.
but it was little.
It was-
a very big one.
It was little. So the pearl of great price is what the good book refers to as truth. So this is saying open up and share your truth. It has great value. Open up and share your truth. Gonna get Mary Lou first, and then we're going to go up the aisle.
My cloud was pink
Pink.
and got hourglass.
You got an hourglass? Okay. So pink is all about love, and you have all the time you need.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh,
That's so
You're welcome. What did you say, Karis? What did you say?
Okay, trouble.
Okay, trouble, yeah. Mhm. Oh, gosh.
We know, we know. Well, maybe we'll get some help. I got a wrench.
A wrench.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Lord. A wrench.
It's more of a universal tool instead of having the exact tool.
Oh, universal. Well, you have what you need. You have what you need to do whatever you need to do. You got this. Power up, girl.
I got a iridescent glass, I want to say like a gyroscope or a top, but like you spin and it's on a little spindle, and it'll move
Yeah,
around.
yeah. Cool. Cool. So, we've talked about the Ascension Orb and what's the name of the other one? I can't remember the name of the other one. Discernment Orb. So this is like that. So your life is a little unstable right now. This is bringing stability to you and energy to you so you can stay spun up without getting spun out.
I love it.
Oh, I like that. Did you want to say something? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I won't say what I got because it's kind of laughable, but my cloud was green.
Green. Green is about healing. So healing energy is coming your way. Tell us what you got.
I got a jar of mustard, and I said it was funny because I don't have any mustard at home.
Oh, so again, anything that you need will be supplied. You know, if you have the faith of a mustard seed.
Yeah, that's right.
So you got a whole jar full. So faith up, girl. You got this.
And she's got supportive friends in the back encouraging her. Hey,
Yeah, speak up. Speak up.
my cloud was a rainbow, and I picked up my hands to put it in the rainbow, like to get picked up. And I got both my hands were like golden light on each hand.
Awesome. So you were given I've been working with this golden light a lot lately, and this is a new level of healing energy that you've been given. So don't be surprised if your healing abilities take a whole notch higher.
Awesome.
Yeah. Cool.
Like yesterday. Oh, that's right. Oh, I mean.
I don't know what I got.
You don't know what you
I
got?
mean, I don't know what it was. I got something, and it was made out of metal, and there was a square with a circle on top, and it was all mounted on a long metal stick, and I didn't know what it was, but then I think maybe it was a wand,
Okay.
but I don't know.
Tell me again, it was a box? How big was the box?
No, it wasn't a box. It was a piece. It was an abstract metal object.
Oh, okay.
And there was a square, just a flat square of metal.
Okay.
And then a flat circle
Oh,
was
okay.
on it.
Hmm.
Really weird.
Well, let me ask and see what this is about for you. Oh, indeed, it is a tool. It's a tool for you to, it's a discernment tool. So you can discern what is necessary and what is unnecessary, and what is about following your path or what is about people pleasing, and you can cut through the stuff that no longer serves, and you can do what is yours to do. Does that make sense?
Yes.
That's kind of like a magic wand.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Colleen.
So mine was, before you even got started, a whole bunch of blue flickering flames.
Ooh.
And then as it went to the cloud, it was also a pale blue with dark on the outside. And then my gift was blue flickering flames.
Wow. This indigo flame, my spirit name is Blue Flame. And it's this powerful ability to speak truth with clarity and compassion. So there may be a new level of truth that's coming to you that you're going to be able to share with others in a way that they can hear and in a way that is a blessing to you and the world. Nice. Anybody else? Anybody else? Alrighty. So there's probably folks online that have questions, and I will get to you when I get back to the house and I upload stuff. But for now, we're going to do an energy circuit for you folks online. So I'll rub hands together really, really, really fast. And you're connected in, bringing that fresh, bright energy in from divine source. And from your heart space, your place of intent, send it to love to your left hand. And then from your left hand to your right hand back to your heart. It almost will feel like it leaps from one hand to the other. And then, but once it reconnects into the heart space, then this energy arch starts to form into a sphere. And it becomes this circular energy. This is not your energy, this is divine energy. This is divine energy that is building in your behalf, for you, for your life circumstances. So bring that into your heart space. And from here, bring it into your spine. And let yourself feel empowered for what is next for you to do. Be blessed, and we'll see you next time. Say bye. Bye. Okay, let's